Hello and welcome to the next episode of Fat Diaries. Today I am your host Sarah and I'm going to be talking about the gastric bypass. The episodes are going to be split about 4 or 5, as when I originally recorded it, it took about 40 to 50 minutes, and who wants to sit there that long listening to me babble? I do apologise if I and a lot, bear with. Also, due to my sound quality, I'm having to wear these, so a bit of a sci-fi look for today. I'm going to start out by telling you why I went for the gastric and a little bit about what I'd done once I realised I was going for it. Well, I spent years, most of my life, struggling with my weight. I spent a great deal of time going back and forth to the GP, talking about my weight, trying numerous amount of things that they pointed in my direction, from the dietitian to weight loss tablets like Orlistat, which was mentioned in an earlier episode, gym programs run by the GP, even resorting on my own to like fad diets, which I don't recommend, not for the long term anyway. It got to the point where I was giving up and my doctor could tell this, so they weighed me up, and well, to my horror, they found out I was 22 stone 10 pound and my BMI was 49, which was atrocious for my petite 5'5" frame, so something obviously needs to be done. The GP said as like a last resort, if I would like to be referred for the gastric bypass, because my BMI was over 40, and in the UK that made me valid to go for it via the NHS, which I think they've stopped now. They're only doing the band on the NHS, but more about that probably later. My immediate thoughts was I had to research about this. I'd done quite a lot in the past, and like from personal experiences, and I had family that also working like bariatric units, so I always took an interest in the whole weight loss surgery. So I had a rough idea, a lot more than most people, about what was about to go on. Before I was put on a waiting list, they had to carry out quite a few tests, physical and mental, to make sure that my body was in the correct state of health for the procedure, and I didn't need to lose any weight prior to the operation, and also that I was mentally aware of what the changes would be and whether this would be the best thing for me. With flying colours, I was put onto the year-long waiting list, and so to pass time, I'd done that further research all about the procedure. I recommend personally about watching the surgery. I will post a link below of one that I quite liked myself. I'm not being funny. If you're going to have any surgical procedure, it's always a good idea to look at what's going to be done, because you're going to see what's going to happen on the outside, but you're not going to see what happens on the inside. You ain't got X-ray vision at the end of the day, so do look at it. If you're going for the bypass, or you've gone for it and you just haven't seen it, I would recommend watching this, because I showed everyone that I knew, and that knew I was going for the operation, so they could see what I was going to be having and what was going to be going on. It's always like with any surgical procedure, even something as minor as getting a wart removed, just look it up. So yeah, click the link below. I also researched my surgeon and my consultant. Now this I do recommend fully to anyone going for the procedure. And they're putting a knife to your skin and cutting you open in some form or another. You want to know what their qualifications are, their experience, with whether any of their past patients have had any complications with them. I'm not being funny, they're there to help you at the end of the day. So even if you can look them up online, even phoning them up and talking to them and asking for more information, then don't be embarrassed about it. It's something you should do at the end of the day. You want to know their capabilities and whether you're putting your body in the hands of the right person. I also researched the hospital that I was going to, where the procedure was going to be held. I was quite lucky. The procedure was going to be held at the hospital I was born at, so I knew the hospital rather well. But at the end, thinking ahead, thinking of the surgery, you want to know whether their health and safety is alright, whether their cleanliness is up to scratch. I know in the UK you can go on the NHS site and look up reviews from past and present patients and what their feedback on the hospital itself is. You don't want to be, let me be funny, you don't want to be cut up in a place that's dirtier than a public toilet. So you want to keep yourself safe. So look up the hospital, look up their health records, phone them up, ask about their cleanliness. At the end of the day, they're a public service, so they're there to help you. And if you're going there for a major procedure like the gastric bypass, you're going to want to know whether you're in the right hands, and basically keep your peace of mind. I've kept this part one sort of thing, very short. I'll leave it at that. I have set up a Facebook page. I will put the link below. Do become a fan. If you like what you're watching, please subscribe. And I will get back to you with part 2 of the gastric bypass conversation. And remember, the future's bright, the future is slim.